Hi, this is a video preview for the Sight Words Assessment Tool for Special Education for Miss Lulu. So when you purchase this and download the resource, you will get a zipped folder with 5 files inside. The first document that you're going to want to open is the Sight Word Assessment Instructions. This document gives you instructions for assessing students, determining mastery criteria, and printing the included resources. It's also where you'll find the link to the digital version of these resources. So it's just a quick reference document for you. There are 2 types of data sheets included, both printable and digital. If you're a paper and pencil kind of teacher, you can print the data sheets and use a pen or pencil to record data. If you prefer digital data, you'll need to first log into your Google account and make a copy of the data sheets. I recommend making a copy for each student that you assess. I'll show you this here just a little bit in the video, but I'm going to start by showing you the PDF versions of this resource. So this resource includes flashcards and word lists for 18 different word lists. Flashcards are great for students who need those words presented one at a time to decrease the overwhelm, or if they need to identify the words receptively. But if you have students who would be okay with an entire list of words, I've also included those in this resource for you. This next file are the printable data sheets. We'll go through this one. The first couple of pages are class score sheets. If you have multiple students with sight word goals or maybe high frequency words are part of your curriculum that you regularly want to progress monitor, this is a great tool to track all of those assessment scores. The next page is a mastery checklist. This is great for tracking mastery for students who are working on more than one list of words during the school year, or maybe you have them across multiple years and they're working on those lists throughout the years that you work with them. Then we get into the individual data sheets for each word list. This data sheet is for Fry's first set of 100 words. There are 3 columns that you can see next to each word. You can use this data sheet for 3 different assessment probes, a baseline assessment, and then 2 progress monitoring probes. I recommend using a different color of pen for each probe. At the bottom of the page, you'll see that there is a space for the assessment date, the raw score, and the percentage. This assessment tool includes these data sheets for all 18 word lists, as well as a blank data sheet that you can use to customize to align with student IEP goals, a school or grade word list, or curriculum word lists. In this file, there's 2 sets of data sheets. The first one is black and white. The second one is color-coded to match the student word lists and flashcards. The next file is an editable PowerPoint file. The font is embedded in this file, so it will be the same. It will match the other flashcards as long as you're editing in PowerPoint. There are also tables built in so that you can quickly type and tab over to the next column and row. Again, this is included so you can customize your flashcards to align with student IEP goals, grade or school required lists, or curriculum. The next file is the actual flashcards that are included again for all 18 of those word lists. They are color-coded so that it is easy to align the word list with the data sheet and the flashcards. Each flashcard also includes the name of the set of words and the number so that you can keep them all together and have them stay with the correct set. When I was in the classroom, I printed all of these flashcards, laminated them, and put them on binder rings, and then I used adhesive hooks and hung them up on the side of the shelf in my special education classroom. So we've got 116 pages here of flashcards. Finally, in the last file are the actual student word lists. These have visual cues to start reading, to flip the page over, and then to stop reading. And again, those are included for all 18 word lists. Okay, let's look at the digital options. This is my favorite part. The link for the digital options is on page 10 of the instructions file. There are two different digital files. The first is the class score sheet and mastery checklist, and then the second is the actual data sheets. I have already gone and made a copy of these, so let's check them out. At the bottom of this page, there are two different tabs. This is the mastery checklist, so you can go ahead and put in your student names and check off when they have mastered each list and the date that those are mastered. The next tab over is the class score sheet. Again, you'll put in your student names and the percentages that they got on whatever type of assessment you are giving. And then when you scroll down, this one automatically populates a graph for you so you can see their scores across all of the different lists that you use in your classroom. The next file is the data sheets. Again, I recommend making a copy of these for each student that you assess. This one is for Sarah. I went ahead and put in all of her baseline assessment and then progress monitoring. As you can see at the bottom, you'll type in the date of those assessments, but the raw score and the percentage will calculate for you based on what you check up here. As you check that next progress monitoring, you can see that it calculates for you and then it builds a graph of her scores. So that is the SiteWord assessment tool for special education teachers. This tool makes tracking sight words or high frequency words a breeze for you in your classroom. If you have any questions, leave a comment below or shoot me an email. Thanks for watching.